Welcome everybody to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020. As we had a little sidetrack over to TNA last week, we're back to WCW and it's the go-home shows for WrestleWar. Well, it's a Revolution pay-per-view, but we still have the go-home show Nitro leading, as they're going. So let's get rolling. As we start off with the big graphic for the big tag title match set up last week, as Booker and Shelton defending those tag titles against America's Most Wanted in the main event, which gets a 72, and the Hunter sends us back to the ring for a big tag match, as we have the tag team of Maverick Chance and Matt Sydal, two former Cruiserweight champion and a current Cruiserweight champion, taking on one half of the Southern Syndicate, Ray Gordy, and of course, the newcomer to the Cruiser division, Cassidy O'Reilly, along with Misty. And it's a big tag match here, and this is, I think I set up as a steel show. Yeah, no, this is high spots. Like, this is for flippy boys doing their flippy boy stuff. Ray Gordy's a little bit of a brawler, and Cassidy's a little bit more of your typical heel stuff, but this is back and forth, and eventually, Gordy, Sydal hits a big, wild, springboard dive on Gordy to take him out. O'Reilly's back in the ring, hits a low blow, hits some sort of cradle to pin the Cruiserweight champion Chance, and a big match. Cassidy O'Reilly pins the Cruiserweight champion Maverick Chance here to open up Nitro. This gets a 68, Sydal gets a 72, Chance gets a 74, Gordy gets a 62, O'Reilly gets a 68. This match is a little boosted by the fact that all these guys were in Wildside forever, so they're all a little bit more over than they should be, but still fun stuff. And post-match, of course, O'Reilly and Misty make belt motions. That gets a 46. Misty, is getting better at gimmick of being, a former adult film star, I guess. Regardless, it's just put over. Cass O'Reilly has made another impact here on WCW and is aiming for that Cruiserweight Championship. We go backstage, where Tricia Skye is, in the backstage area, and she says, last week, right here in Nitro, I was blindsided yet again by Captivation. Lexi, Desiree, look, I get you're upset what happened by your leader in the cage match, but that's on her. She took the risk and she injured her knee. Yeah, I got the win, but I could win cleanly right in the middle of that damn ring. But if you want to come after me, you're just prove that you're not your own women. You're just Lizzie's lackeys and nothing else. But I thought I still scored and proved I am the face of this generation of women's wrestling, but that's fine. You can take a hit. Lexi, Desiree, you want to keep going? You've got it. I'll take you out once and for all. And by the way, Celine, ODB, I know you've got my back, and I've got yours. But, I look forward to you winning the tag titles next week in a great match against the social scene. But I've got to send a message to everybody in the women's division that I'm just another name in the division. I'm the ace. I won't be disrespected or walked over by anybody. I've risen to the top here in women's wrestling by fighting battles just like this one. And if you guys think you can win this division, well, you're about to learn why Tricia Skye is a name that carries weight around here and everywhere in this industry, because the sky's the limit. I'm shooting straight to the top, and I'm going to stay there once again. So bring your best, because you're going to need it. 87, really solid promo, continuing a little feud. We sort of spinned off. Honestly, I was going to do the blow off and move Trish off to other stuff, but the injury sort of made things interesting, and here we are. So good stuff, 87. And then we cut backstage, where we see Brother Ray backstage, getting sort of doing his sort of training and stuff. When the Truce comes in and he's doing Truce stuff, and he's like, look, man, I know I took you out last week, to sort of celebrate and everything, but, you saw what happened to Ken at the end of the show, and I'm upset, man, that, we weren't out there for him to, help him out. And really sort of truth, it is, sometimes things are chaotic, everybody's got to fight your own battles. I was ready for a fight, but man, look, Ken's doing his own stuff. He's got a mouth on him, and he's going to do what he's going to do. Yeah, Truth, I get that, but come on, we gotta do this. We gotta fight, the right fight and everything, man. Cool. He does his wacky Truth stuff. He says, so I talked to Bischoff tonight, and we got a big tag team match. Me and you against the Nest, Profit and Red Rum. It's our chance to hit back to show them that they can't mess with us or anybody else in this locker room. This is about payback, man. And Ray's like, okay, Truth, you line up, I'll knock him out. That's how we do it here. And she goes, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Go up there, show them the Nest. Can't just run wild. We got to clean house, just like old times, man. And Brother Ray's like, yeah, just like old times. And Truth exits the locker room, and, Butler, though, just sort of looks around, sighs, but, gets ready for his match later tonight. As this gets an 83, Brother Ray invented the catchphrase, I don't know, I'll figure it out later. And, yeah, fun stuff. And then we have our sort of, honestly, our sort of random match in the middle of the show. This is basically just a way to put Lance Storm over. Lance Storm goes over Hidaka in 7 minutes. Just a quick, steal the show match. I told him, go out, do your moves. Storm goes over in 7. Eventually, I imagine he gets a super kick or some other big move and gets the win over Hidaka. Really good match. Storm gets a 78. Hidaka gets a 69. And yeah, the interesting thing about Lance, well, another thing I didn't mention, but he got an 83, which 6 minutes, not the best angle rating ever, but nothing terrible either. The thing about Lance is, occasionally in the game, how strong you push people doesn't line up with their popularity. Well, this time it did line up. Last summer when, he and the rest of his Triumvirate, Awesome and Kidman all held the titles, that's when Lance Storm was at an 85 now. And since he's basically been sort of a mid-card guy for the past few months here on Nitro, he's gone down to a 70. But this is maybe part of a rebuilding process. You never know. Anyway, 70, good stuff. And Storm celebrates to a 58. I mean, that makes sense. It's Lance Storm. Then we go backstage, where Jeremy Borash is with seeing Cartier and ODB, who, puts over their win last week in the 4-way match, and how they've got a tag title shot next week right here on Nitro. And, seeing Cartier says, Jeremy, Nikki, and Ani, they're fantastic champions. They bring energy to the ring, but when the bell rings, it's not about the party anymore. It's about competition. We respect them, we were here to win. That's why we train, that's why we fight, and that's why next week we're going to take those titles off their waists. And ODB steps and says, yeah, what she said. Look, social scene, they're a good party, and the sure as all know how to fight. But me and Celine, here we got our own kind of party plan. Involves a lot of fighting, maybe a little drinking after we win those belts. Maybe Celine take some poutine here. Poutine to the party as well. And, and Borash mentions their European Disunion and their own issues with the tag champs. So it'll be European Disunion, better take those notices out of this business. This match is about 4 of us in the ring. Pure and simple. Lucina, Molly, y'all stick your noses in, and we'll get them busted. We're here to fight fair and square for those titles. And then Celine steps and says, we fought hard to get here, and nothing will stop us. Not tricks, not interference, we're focused on the gold, and that's it. European Disunion, anybody else watch closely, and maybe you'll learn something about respect and competition. There we go. Pretty solid, babyface promo, just set up the tag title match next week here on Nitro, as this gets a 53. Fun stuff. And then we go backstage to a promo with James Storm and Chris Harris and Marcus Wanted. They go over their past as the multiple-time tag team champions, and say, the past few months have been rough on us. We're right here, back, ready to take the top. We got all the respect in the world for Booker and Shelton, but the reality is they haven't faced the best because they've not in the ring with us. And tonight, sorry about your damn luck, we're going to be the next World Tag Team Champions. You're just pretty solid, putting over the big main event later tonight, which gets us an 85, and we move forward. And then we have Penny Grable in the ring with Amy Sakura up from our dev territory, and Grable rolls over Sakura in a little over 5 minutes with the gender roll, which is the Doug Williams Chaos Theory. We hit a reverse cradle into a release German or backdrop driver, depending on how hard of a move he hit. Grable gets a 59, Sakura hits a 50. Pretty straightforward squash win. As the announcers put over, she's been very successful in her short career here in WCW so far. And then she takes the mic and says, ladies and gentlemen, please quiet down. I know it's hard for people of your modern sensibilities and your, family trees to appreciate true talent when you see it. Tonight you witnessed a display of pure wrestling artistry, the kind that graced the squared circle back when the sport was dignified and respected. Now, if you don't talk about respect, let's talk about Tricia Skye. A woman who thinks the pinnacle of achievement in wrestling is climbing a steel cage in skimpy outfits rather than displaying real technical prowess inside the ropes. It's because of performers like her that women's wrestling is seen as nothing more than a sideshow, rather than the main event it once was with women like Mildred Burke. And then we like the social scene, prancing around in the championships like they're on some sort of endless spring break. Nikki, Annie, you two are champions of partying, not wrestling. It's a disgrace. And then, Celine, Cartier ODB, continue to fight respect and competition. Please, your brawling and shouting matches are nothing more than bar fights placed in a ring. It's time for a woman of class, grace, and true skill to restore the honor of women's wrestling. So to all the top women in WCW, consider this a warning. The era of the gimmick is over. The era of Penny Grable, a true wrestler, is upon us. I'm not here to just compete. I'm here to cleanse the division of its vulgarity and cheap thrills. And if anybody has an issue with that, I dare you step in this ring and try to prove me wrong. Be warned, I fight like legends of the past, hard, smart, with a style that none of you modern wrestlers could ever hope to match. Again, lots of heel heat. We're not Alabama, which is why I did the red joke. But 72, pretty good stuff. Again, building her up. She, mentioned all the women here. Sort of like not a complete angle yet, feud here, but sort of just throwing things out. as we build things up to possibly the next show. Like, I do like this gimmick. It's sort of goofy, and, like, again, sort of before, Tony Storm's gimmick is actually totally different. It's just, like, weird. Also I did it before, but anyway. Fun stuff. Let's move forward here on Nitro. Ooh, this was not as good as I thought it was going to be. Let me see here. Oh, right. Keep forgetting AJ's gimmick is poor. Whatever. So, we start off the show. Oh, next up, as we come back for commercial, Eddy Guerrero hits, and out comes Eddy Guerrero to the ring, and he says, it really makes me laugh. For months, all I want to remember is myself losing here and there. Nobody's talking about the fact I'm a former WCW World Champion. Nobody's mentioned that I'm one of the best wrestlers this company has ever seen, and nobody is paying due respect to the Guerrero family legacy. Boo. Instead, what do I hear? Eddy, you lost to Jack Evans at Starrcade. Eddy couldn't handle Brother Ray's Chicago Deathmatch. Are you kidding me? I faced the best this business has ever seen all over the world. I bled, I fought, and I sacrificed more than any of those guys will understand. And still, you overlook me, Eddy Guerrero? My blood has shaped this industry. We don't just perform, we excel, we innovate, we lead, we create things years before anybody else sees them. And yet here I am, having to remind each and every one of you just who I am. I am Eddy damn Guerrero. And then, I am, or whatever AJ Styles music gets, out comes your WCW World Champion to the top of the ramp. Coming down to the ring, to the cheers of the crowd, and he slips in the ring, and there's a stare down, and Eddy looks annoyed, and AJ might say, look, Eddy, hey man, I get it. You're Guerrero, and that means something. It means one of your best to ever step in this ring. But you know what else it means? It means you've got a target on your back. It means that every time you step the ring, you've got something to prove. Not just because what you are, because that name you carry. And lately, it seems that you're letting that get the better of you, Eddy. Pop. Now, Eddy, nothing you've said can be denied. But none of that actually matters. You've got to earn that every single night. And right now, you're standing in the ring with the face that runs this place, the phenomenal AJ Styles. You're a WCW World Champion. So if you're looking for respect, you're going to have to go through me to get it. And, Eddy's like, AJ, you don't talk about respect, you got it. But don't think for a second I'm afraid to step that challenge. Maybe it's time to remind everybody just why Eddy Guerrero is still one of the greatest in the world. I made it at Starrcade. And AJ's like, listen, Eddy, I've got WrestleWar on my plate. I've got RVD breathing on my neck. But I don't step away from any challenge, especially not from you. So how about this? In 2 weeks, right here Nitro, whether I've got this championship or not, I think I will. You and I go 1-1. We'll see if those Guerrero family values still hold any weight in WCW, or it's time for you to step aside and recognize who really runs this place. Big pop, and he's like, hey, AJ, mijo, you think you're going to walk over me? You think because you have the title for now, you're the big dog here? I don't step aside for anybody. In 2 weeks, I'm not just coming to fight, I'm coming to take you apart and remind you why I am a former world champion, why I'm the best ever again in this ring, because Guerrero family values mean proving every single night you're the best, no matter how you do it. And Jay, you sort of smirk and says, hey, Eddy, that's the spirit. That's what I want to hear. But remember, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do in that ring. And in 2 weeks, we'll see how much fight the great Eddy Guerrero has left of him. Because I'm just not any opponent. I'm AJ Styles, the face that runs this place, and your WCW World Champion. AJ, get ready. I face the best. I've beaten the best. And after WrestleWar, if you still got the title that around that waist, I'm going to be coming for it. And he's like, fine, man. 2 weeks, you and me, right here in that ring. Let's show these fans what we can do together. And there's a stare down, and there's like, we got a match for 2 weeks. 81, unfortunately, I think AJ's gimmick is not that great, which is unfortunate. And also the other thing is like Eddy's actual micro and charisma is still based on early 2001 Eddy, which is unfortunately not that great. So that's another issue. He never quite built up to what he could be. This is not I've sort of booked him mid-2000s Eddy, but he's never been mid-2000s Eddy in the game. But it is what it is, This could be worse, not the end of the world. Anyway, we move forward to Bill Goldberg killing Chase Stevens in 3 minutes of the jackhammer. First match for Goldberg since being, basically beaten up by Alex Wright at Super Brawl. Just a squash. Goldberg gets an 88. Chase Stevens gets a 29. Complete squash, just a complete destruction. And, as Goldberg is, takes the mic from the announcer and says, Alex Wright, you just saw what I can do in this ring. So if you got any guts, and then out comes Alex Wright himself. And he says, any guts? Goldberg, it seems you've forgotten the lesson I taught you. It was I, Alex Wright, Das Wunderbar, who has done what no other man in WWE history did, take out Goldberg. And here you are, coming out, playing the hero for Rey Mysterio Jr. How amusing that you've tried to stop me from what I did to you. And, Goldberg answers, Alex, you're right one thing. You got lucky once. But everyone here knows it takes more than luck to stay at the top of this business. It takes being the best, night after night. If you think you can do that one last time, then step in the ring, and I'll show you who really owns this ring, and who's really the man. Wright fires back, lucky? No, Goldberg. What I did was calculated and precise. Things you cannot do in your burly mind. You say I got lucky, but ask Rey Mysterio Jr. how his knee's feeling after our last encounter. Ask any man who's gotten in the ring with me how lucky I am, or rather, how good I am. Because I'm Dust Wonderbar. I don't need luck when I have true wrestling skill that's coursing through my blood. We're like, skill, huh? Why don't you come out here right now and show everybody your skill right now? Or you're already tough when somebody's already down and you've got a chair wrapped around their knee. And Ray's like, Goldberg, always so eager to fight. I'll fight you, but on my terms at a time of my choosing when it matters. And when the time comes, I'll prove once again that's Wonderbar is superior to the man in every single way. And, Wright gives him sort of a mocking salute. And Goldberg's like, anytime, anywhere, Wright. Just remember, you asked for it. And next time, your luck will run out when you're next. Big pop for that, 100, because this feud is great. And yeah, Alex Wright is weirdly like one of my top heels, which is not a thing I would have told you in back when I started the save, nearly 5 years ago in game, Jesus Christ. And then we have a backstage promo. Unfortunately, I rated Shelton, which is not great, but again, pretty straightforward babyface promo saying we're the tag champs for a reason. We have this, when we won these belts at Starrcade, people thought it was a fluke. We've gone and defended against great team after a great team, and we'll walk out of tonight the tag champs and walk out of WrestleWar the tag champs against Jet Set. Because we're Booker and Shelton, and we're that damn good. Can you dig that? Again, pretty straightforward promo. Shelton rolled badly, so maybe he stumbled over that. 72. Not the worst thing ever, not the greatest thing ever either. And then... Wait. Oh, right, that's a... Right, no. No heel turn yet. Interesting. Okay. So, we have our wild tag match, and yeah, this is just a chaotic brawl, because, well, it's Red Rum, aka Johnny Stonebully, aka Johnny Toro, now sort of undermining control of Raven and the Prophet, and it's Truth and Brother Ray, and this is a wild match. It's funny that Brother Ray is held back by the chaotic nature of the match when it's friggin', Bubba Ray Dudley. Anyway, fun match. Eventually what happens is, Red Rum brawling, Raven comes out and tries to, attack. Ken Anderson gets involved. They fight, and that's just enough for basically a chair gets involved. Red Rum hits some sort of finisher on the Truth onto a chair. Chair gets out of the ring. Brother Ray can't make the save. 1, 2, 3. The Nest get the big win over the Truth and Brother Ray here on Nitro. This gets a 70. Brother Ray gets an 83. Truth gets a 78. Prophet gets a 58. Red Rum gets a 58. Fun stuff. Again, crowd buzzing. But Red Rum get better at his gimmick. Truth was off his game. I'm guessing because he wasn't happy about doing the job. But yeah, fun stuff. I'm just going to double check something real quick. Just making sure there wasn't a gimmick change I forgot about. Hey, next, after that, the fight continues. Just brawling, before WCW officials come down. And it seems this feud must continue. Straightforward, Morgan's there just to get more over. And you're saying, this seems weirdly like the same feud we had involving Brother Ray, the Truth, and the Chosen Few last year. Well, sometimes things are redone for a reason. And then we cut backstage where Maverick chants and enters Eric Bischoff's office, and our X Games Cruiserweight champion, says to Eric, Bischoff, I want a match next week on Nitro. Cassidy O'Reilly pinned me tonight, and I can't let that stand. He thinks he's got my number, and I want to prove him wrong. I want him in a title match right here on Nitro next week. And Bischoff's staples his fingers, sort of with a smirk and says, Maverick, you're a fighting champion. I respect that. I'll give you that. But, Cassidy's really got in your head really quick. He's made quite the impact. Going after you. You sure want to put your title on the line so soon after tonight's loss? And Maverick's like, look, absolutely, Eric. I take risks every single week, whether I'm in the ring, on my bike, or skydiving, or base jumping. I need to prove I'm a champion. It's about just holding a title. It's about defending it, even when the odds are tough. I'm not backing down from any challenge. And Bischoff is like, look, outright, Maverick, I got no problem with it. Right? Title matches mean ratings. So next week, Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Cassidy O'Reilly versus Maverick chance. It's a big night. Now 2 title matches. And it's going to be even bigger. So we better be ready, Maverick, because O'Reilly isn't coming to play. He's coming to take that title off of you. Maverick's like, I wouldn't have it any other way. So 64, actually not bad. Unfortunately, Maverick is not good at the whole promo thing. We need to set it up. So fun stuff. And then we have a Revolution recap focusing on the 6-man main event, which gets a 70. And then we have our main event. So this is either going to be like an 80 or like a 95. Okay, 85, not bad. So yeah, unfortunately Booker's still injured, but I'm assuming basically what's actually happening in these matches is Booker is not really taking any like actual bumps. Like he's taking moves, but like it's basically any move where he can like sort of like sell it by like just backing off eventually into the corner. And Shelton is doing much of the in-ring work, as you can sort of see by the different ratings. And Harrison Storm, like this is a match where A&W are playing sort of like subtle heel. Like they're cutting off, Booker, beating him down slowly in ways that he can sell. Eventually hot tag to Shelton. Shelton hits a whole bunch of suplexes, hits a big moves, his sort of like springboard, springboard DDTs, sort of like, springboard splashes, big suplexes, takedowns, all that fun stuff. Harrison Storm come back. Storm and Shelton have a little fun segment. And eventually, they even hit the death sentence, but Booker T comes in for the save. Things break down, and eventually Shelton is able to nail Harris sort of with the big move. I imagine Harris goes for one of his like for his catatonic. Shelton turns into a DDT and he sort of rolls into it to a big like sort of like into a pay dirt. Ref comes over. 1, 2, 3. Booker and Shelton pick up the tag titles once again and make defense number 5. 85 overall. Shelton gets an 84. Booker gets a 72. Harris gets an 84. Storm gets an 87. Fun stuff. And then post match, like Harris is frustrated. But Storm talks to him for a moment. They turn around and, handshakes all around as the entrance put over. Booker and Shelton have taken a big risk defending their tag title 6 days before WrestleWar, but they go in now as the champions against the Jet Set with a big victory over multiple-time tag team champions. 72. Happy ending to the show as we move forward. And overall, we have ourselves an 88. Okay. About what I expected. Like, that, not like any great angles. Like, you basically had one like sort of blue star angle here. The 6-minute fight is pretty good. And the main event was not bad, but pretty solid show, blowing things up. But yeah. We'll see what Raw did, and then we'll go from there. We'll also see what email I have, which should be interesting on itself. I'm probably like doing this a little bit more quicker than normal, just because I'm not used. Like I have to get back to the cadence of the promos and going over the shows and everything. I'm sure it's a little quicker than normal, or not. I'd have to go back to an older video just to double check. I'm sure it's not as much as I think it is, but anyway. Gotta love how after 5 years this loading takes forever. Like, it's not like I have a bad computer. Like, so I have this pretty solid computer. Well, at least for this game. Maybe not for other games, but this freaking takes forever. Oh, God. Am I padding some time so the video's longer? Who knows? Okay. Brother Ray has a nice catchphrase. Right, okay. Ooh. Ryback's at Southeast Indies. PW has a show. Let's see here. Oh, my God. Oh, right. I keep on forgetting that they have a feud with Ring of Violence for some reason. Okay. Nope. No other real. So let's see what Raw did. Okay. Raw had Jamie Keys defeat Christy Cummings. Sure. Molly Hogan and Michelle Morgan defeat Jillian Hall and Elizabeth Love. Michelle Morgan. Who's she? Oh, she's the person I forgot that, like, yeah, okay. I didn't realize she got hired. I have to go back. Vampiro promo. Steven Richards and Rick Steiner defeat Juvie Juice and Adam Jacobs. Sure, this also got an 80. I forget, like, Juvie's, like, insanely over. Let's see here. DDP and TNA defeat Grandmaster Sexy, Sandman and Maven. Big Show defeated Joey Matthews. Shawn Michaels defeated JC Daz. And Edge and Christian defeated Scott, Kai Falk, Lion, and Punk in a 92. Yeah. Sure. So they got 1.8, and we got a 1.79. Wow, we almost outdid them there. Well, we got an 88. They got an 84, so that sort of makes sense. But yeah, I'll be back in just a second with the Go Home Show for WrestleWar, and we'll go to the full card for WrestleWar and go from there. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, and we're here for Revolution live from Orlando, Florida, in front of a little over 13,000 people as the amateurs put over a big main event of Billy Kidman getting the ring with Jeff Hardy just a few days before the big WrestleWar tag match of Billy Kidman and Shane Helms teaming up against the Hardy Boys. But first in the ring, we've got a preview of two big matches for WrestleWar, as we have Jack Evans and Paul London teaming up to take on Keenan Sharpe and Ray Leppan, as Leppan has a chance at Paul London's US title, and Jack Evans is taking on Keenan Sharpe. And unfortunately, this is a little worse than it should be because Evans and London don't work well as a team, which is interesting because they're both basically big flippy guys. So that's interesting. But, fun stuff. Basically just like a lot of spots match. Little preview of both little matches. Leppan and London get to fight for a bit. Sharpe and Evans. We get a little back and forth between Sharpe and London because they've had a little feud earlier in the year. Leppan and Evans fight, but eventually things break down, and London's able to hit Leppan with the London calling in the ring as Evans and Sharpe are on the outside fighting. Big win as London gets a win just a few days before his US title match. This gets an 80, London gets an 84, Evans gets an 83, Leppan gets an 88, Jesus, Keenan Sharpe gets an 88 as well. Fun stuff, and yeah, just a fun little preview tag before the pay-per-view. It is what it is. This is what booking is, matches. Babyface Celebrate, Evans' gimmick is stale, which I will note somewhere. Or I won't. There we go. Notepad is up. Yay for me. Anyway, we move forward. As we're backstage, as Amy Weber is with your WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the social scene of Nikki Radcliffe and Annie Vidal, as, Amy Weber talks to them about, they have a couple of big title matches coming up, but most importantly, first up against Blonde Ambition of Natty Neidhart and Angel Fox at WrestleWar. And, they're asked about that, and, Annie Social's like, we respect what they've accomplished so far for sure. Natty's family legacy in this sport is impressive, and, Angel's had a great run as the women's champion, and now Zichi's on the right side of things, but let's forget, we are the champions for a reason. We party hard, but we also wrestle hard, and we're ready to, keep these titles around our waist against anybody who wants to come for them. And, Radcliffe steps into this, WrestleWar is going to be a party, but our kind of party, a fight party. We're planning to go out there and show why with social scene is just having fun. It's about being the best. We're going to party on Miami Beach, and then we're going to walk into Miami, Florida at the American Airlines Arena and keep these Women's World Tag Team Champions. And he says, Blonde Ambition, you're tough, no doubt. You bring your game and we'll bring ours. We faced tough odds before, danced at the biggest parties, and always came out on top. WrestleWar isn't going to be any different. Amy asking you ready for the challenge, any final words? And Nikki says, Natty, Angelina, bring your best. It's going to take a lot to take these belts away from them. We're ready, we're fired up, and we're not planning on leaving WrestleWar without these belts. And then Annie steps and says, see you in the ring, ladies. It's going to have a match, and the party is just getting started. So decent little promo, gets to 59, setting up the, tag title match. And of course, they have a match afterward, which I honestly forgot. But hey, it's a women's tag match. Two defenses right after each other is actually not that bad. This gets a 59. Annie rolled badly on her script, but it's what it is. Probably should have scripted them, but what can you do? And then we go backstage, or not backstage, sorry, as we, the announcers talk as, we get to a live event earlier this week, as Alli Danger has defeated a, somebody, and Gail Kim comes out, and the fight is on, and they fight all over and back into the, sort of the, the arena as the officials try to break them apart, as the announcers put over the big match with them at WrestleWar, and I just completely forgot to turn her face, so there we go, 66, and that's really what this angle was for, but, the announcers put over, these two women were teammates before, and Gail Kim thought Alli Danger wanted to be mentor, will be face-off at WrestleWar. Oops. Moving forward again. Hit that again. There we go. And we have a fun little match here as Kurt Angle takes on, honestly, three people up from Dev territory in a 1-on-3, Angle challenge elimination match. And this is just Kurt Angle killing fools. First, Ryan Drago tries for a dive. He gets suplexed into the corner. Kurt Angle comes in, tries to brawl. He gets suplexed to Doom, and then walks on an ankle lock. He taps out. Ryan Dragon comes over, tries for another dive. Angle hits him with a, sort of like German suplex of Doom, pins him 1, 2, 3. Tony Jones comes in and tries to actually out wrestle Angle. That goes badly for him. Drops him into a quick ankle lock, and he taps out as well. As in a little 4 minutes, Angle just dominates here, gets a 59. Angle gets a 95, and our Dev Territory guys gets a variety of ratings. Nothing, great here, as it's just Angle being Angle. And he takes Mike afterwards and says, basically, his breathing fire says, tonight, this was just a preview. I don't, you back me into the corner. I don't fight, just fight back. I dominate. I destroy. This Sunday at WrestleWar, Chuck Palumbo, you're in a little group of thrillers. We're going to learn what it means to step in the ring to the Olympic gold medalist. For weeks, you, Dindrak, even your old lady, have tried to make my life a living hell. Junking me, attacking me, trying to break me down, and you've disrespected everything I stand for. But here's something you don't count on, Palumbo. Every attack, every cheap shot is only going to be stronger, hungrier, and more determined to take you out. Because you have to remember something, Chuck. I'm Kurt freaking Angle, an Olympic gold medalist, and you want to talk about you're the face of the company, about your past as world champion. But let me remind you, I've stood across the ring from legends. I battled the best this industry has had to offer. I have walked out with my hand raised. Not because I was the biggest or the baddest, because I was the smartest and the toughest competitor these men have ever faced. You'll make it personal, Chuck, you've already done that. Want to get in my skin? That's fine. It worked. But at WrestleWar, it's not just about business anymore. It's about pride, it's about respect, and showing the world why I am without a doubt the best in the world in this business. At WrestleWar, you're going to be reminded why I'm a damn wrestling machine. So bring anyone you want, bring the Thrillers, bring the National Guard, bring whoever. Because when that bell rings, it's just you and me, and all your tricks and all your numbers won't save you from that ankle lock. And when I snap it on, you're going to tap out, and that's true, damn true. 98, really solid promo, building things up for the pay-per-view. And then we have a little backstage confrontation, as Booker and Shelton are backstage with their tag titles, and the Jet Set comes and says, we watched Nitro, and you know what we saw? We saw two men making a mistake. Putting their tag titles on the line 6 days before they have to face us, the Jet Set, in that ring. And you know what we're not doing? We're not wrestling tonight. Because we're getting ready, watching you, your tapes, watching your matches, and breaking you down. Because Booker, you're on the back end of your career, and Shelton, you're all skill and no actual strategy. We're the Jet Set, we're the money, and we're coming for those tag belts, one way or another. Booker fires back, Seka, I've won more tag titles than you've won matches. So come for me, come for Shelton, you're going to get what you deserve. Can you dig that? 78, decent little promo, loading things up for the pay-per-view. And then we have a fun little match. Oof, oh no, crack rib for Mesias, that's unfortunate. So this match goes 4 minutes, but really it is about 3 minutes of Prince Jose trying his best in ring to sort of pay off Mesias, and then Mesias eventually getting him, big boot, choke slam, crucifix powerbomb in a little minute, just killing him in 4 minutes. This gets to 45 because Mesias got cracked rib, which is unfortunate. Hopefully, I don't have to cancel the match because that would be really bad. But yeah, match cooled the crowd. I mean, again, it's a 4-minute squash. What can you do? But as Mesias is getting in the ring, yeah, I see. Okay. Oh, wow. This was freaking awesome. Okay. I forgot these guys are really over and they're really awesome. So what happens is, Mesias is in the ring. Monty Brown comes in, slides in, boom, pounce. And Monty, comes up and celebrates. When he turns around, Mesias is already up. He's shocked. Mesias hits him with a big boop. Choke slam on Monty. Monty's down. Mesias, is doing his Mesias thing. When Monty gets up and, both men are facing down as Randy Savage is, putting it over as, oh yeah, brother, these are two of the baddest men in WCW, and at WrestleWar, they're going to be fighting to see who's the baddest man in this ring. So 99, and there we go. Hype, hype, hype. And then we cut backstage where Amy Weber is with Sonny Siaki with the TV title, and Amy Weber asks him about losing last week in the 6-man, and Sonny Siaki is like, Sonny Siaki does not see that as a loss. Sonny Siaki sees that as a chance to show off how great Sonny Siaki is. Sonny Siaki is still the TV champion. Sonny Siaki still holds gold, which a lot of men in this company do not have. So, Sonny Siaki is still the TV champion, and Sonny Siaki asks anybody who wants some to come get some from Sonny Siaki, because he is the man. Amy just looks him confused, and they're 60. Give him a chance to cook. Not that great, but not that bad either. Again, we're building things up here, folks. And then we have our in-ring match as both AJ Styles and Rob Van Dam, along with Paul Heyman, come down the ring as Teddy Long is in the ring, ready for contract signing. And, Teddy Long says, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're here to make official one of the biggest world title match in a long time. Players for WrestleWar, please welcome the challenger, Rob Van Dam, and his advocate, Paul Heyman. Mixed response, mostly boos, but, this is still Rob Van Dam 2006, we still have his cheers, and it's Paul Heyman, so it is what it is. And, Heyman takes mic and says, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I'm the advocate for the man sitting next to me, the challenger, and your next WCW World Champion, the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. RVD points to himself, and he says, Heyman continues, now, AJ Styles, I hope you're paying very close attention. Because on Nitro, I saw a man already looking past Rob Van Dam. I saw a man looking to his future, winning all that ring talk with Eddy Guerrero. And that was a mistake you should have made. You see, AJ, we were in some gym in Georgia fighting nobodies. Rob Van Dam was making history. ECW champion, one of the biggest names in the sport. So innovative. The people wrestling in front of millions on TV was stealing what he did and trying to make it their own. Then he came here as the biggest free agent signing at the time and became WCW World Champion and main event Starrcade. And look, AJ, you faced some of the best. I give you that. But you've never been in the ring with a man like Rob Van Dam. A man who doesn't just set the bar, he is the bar. And WrestleWar, he's not just going to take your title, he's going to take your pride, your legacy, and everything you think you are as a supposed face that runs this place. So AJ, for a step in the ring at WrestleWar, before you sign this contract tonight, understand what you're up against. This isn't just another title defense, this is the biggest challenge of your career, AJ. And when Rob signs his contract, he's signing up to end the fairy tale of AJ Styles, to remind you and everyone else he is and always will be Mr. Pay-Per-View, Mr. Wednesday Night, and the number one star in this entire sport. Mixed response, because again, it's still Heyman cutting a good promo, and then AJ, takes some, Rob Van Dam signs the contract with a smirk and lays back, sort of sort of confident, and then AJ makes me and says, Paul, Rob, look, I get what you're saying. It's true. Rob, you're already a legend in the sport. You helped define an era, but this right here, that isn't that era anymore. It's not 1999 anymore. Nobody cares about Limp Bizkit or the Backstreet Boys. This is an ECW, and this is the land of extreme. This is WCW, and this is 2006. Right now, this is my time. You see, it's true. When you were turning up at ECW, I was watching you on TV, getting tapes, dreaming of stepping into this ring. But what I did was I trained, and yeah, like I've said before, and like everybody seems to love to bring up, I was wrestling in little shows in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, where you guys were all main eventing big shows in front of thousands. But here's the thing, you inspired me, no question. You're one of the reasons I wanted to be more than just good, more than just great, why I wanted to be phenomenal. But when you were setting the bar, I was raising it. You talk about your time being champion, about being Mr. Pay-Per-View, and look, that's fantastic, Rob. And you helped build WCW back to being at the top of this business and saving it from its past. But I've been fighting, scratching, and clawing my way through men who are the pillars of this industry. Multiple time Tag Team champions, Cruiserweight champion, and now in the past year or so, Eddy Guerrero, Billy Kidman, Chuck Palumbo, Sean O'Hara, Jeff Jarrett, every single one of them a former world champion. And one by one, I've laid them all down for the 3 count. That's our skill, that's heart, that's desire, that's being phenomenal. So yes, Rob, you're a challenge. You are a former world champion, a legend in your own right, but at WrestleWar, you're just the next damn chapter in my story. You're just the next big name that's going to realize why they call me the face that runs this place. Because Step in the Ring AJ Styles is not about flips and kicks, it's about heart, it's about passion, it's about proving that I'm without a doubt the best WCW has to offer, and I hold this world title for a damn reason. So Rob, you're going to be the best of AJ Styles, and I hope to get the best of you. But when it's all said and done, when the dust settles, and we're lying there after a Styles clash, you understand, well, this isn't just talk, this is ring, my time, my era, and WrestleWar, you're just the next one to find out. We get a stare down, Rob Van Dam sort of smirking, Pam a little nervous as AJ, signs it, and, Tay Long gets between them, as he just put over a big main event for WrestleWar. 87, not bad, little commentary bad, but it is what it is. AJ also rolled well, which was good, so there we go. And then we cut backstage. Ooh, Leppan's gimmick is also stale. That's interesting. So we have, Leppan basically backstage, saying, I am the top international wrestling world, and Paul London is disgusting that you think that you deserve to be a U.S. champion. At WrestleWar, I will pin you, and will show everyone why I am the future of the sport, and why you are nothing but a disgusting bug. 78, not bad. Building up the big U.S. title match as we move forward. And then we have our 6-man match, sort of building up, the Women's World Title match and the feud of European Disunion versus Blonde Ambition. Fun little match here. Like it's Colt, it's Molly Mayhem, it's Wesley Busick. Then on the other side we've got Alyssa Alexander, aka the past cheerleader Melissa, Angelina Love, Natty Neidhart, and their Angel Fox and Natty Neidhart. Back and forth match, but eventually Alexander and Nikita brawl up to the top of the ramp, And in the ring, Natty rolls up with Cena with a quick roll-up after Molly Mayhem actually nails her with a boot. A big win for Blonde Ambition as they go in their women's tag match. This gets a 76. Natty gets a 49. Fox gets a 79. Alexander gets a 55. Mayhem gets a friggin' 93. Jesus Christ. Mayhem gets a 54, and Music gets a 65. Fun stuff. And post-match, we get a big old fight as they brawl through the back before announcers breaking them up. As the announcers put over the big women's title match at the pay-per-view. 70, not bad. Alexander, not the great fighter, I guess, but we'll see how that goes. And then we cut to a video, a video of the Thrillers in their infamous backer bar as, Palumbo is drinking and he climbs up on the table and he says, wait, I have a little toast. I have a toast to the men who are going to fall through the Thrillers at WrestleWar. First of all, Kanyon, O'Hare, you've already fallen. You're scratching and crawling like two girls fighting over the last guy at a bar at 2 a.m. And it's all because of us. It's almost sad. Almost. Reality, it's hilarious, because we are the Thrillers and we are the dominant force in WCW. You're fighting over bone and realizing the steak is already on our plate. Then Raven steps and says, and let's not forget our dear Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, staying alone in that ring of WrestleWar. Kurt, honey, you might have gold medals, but you're setting your ring with the real champions. And Palumbo takes another drink and says, you're damn right. You see, exactly, Raven. Angle, you're a great wrestler. No one's taking that away from you. But wrestling me in WCW, that's a whole different ballgame. This is not amateur wrestling or those shiny Olympic rings. It's about fighting, surviving, and dominating. You see, all these men in this bar know it. Mark knows it. My two new brothers back there know it. And he raises the ring and we see the former ref Trout and Killswitch again building things up. So, we fight, we've brawled, we've made our mark. And you think Kurt, a few gold medals, some impressive wins in other places, is going to make us scared of you? You've got another thing coming. Because I'm Chuck friggin' Palumbo. I made it with Starcade. I made Sean O'Hare realize he is nothing but a second-tier player and a world champion for a reason. So, here's not a preview, not a promise, but a spoiler of what's going to happen at WrestleWar. Kane and O'Hare, you're going to tear each other apart, too busy with your own drama and focus. And Kurt, you're going to be wondering why you ever got involved in our business. So where's the toast to WrestleWar? Where are we reminded why we're the Thrillers, why we're the top of the damn food chain in this company. 85, good promo as we move forward. Next recap, hey, we had a tag title match. A&W almost got the win. 70, there we go. And then we have our main event, Billy Kidman versus Shane Helms. And I forgot they didn't, wait. That sucks. I'm actually kind of disappointed. Okay, I guess I have that noted, so, well, that's unfortunate. That's actually interesting, because, Kidman, no, he was not involved in the whole Omega thing, that's the other guys. But okay, unfortunately they don't click, so, I sort of think this is, sort of like a match that, never gets out of second gear, because we have, sort of the outside stuff happening, because Shane Helms comes in, gets an interference, Matt Hardy tries to break it up, but eventually Kidman is able to Kid Crusher on a chair, and get the pinfall over Jeff Hardy. This gets a 76, both men get an 82, and like I said, bad announcing role, and they don't click. It's not the end of the world. But post-match, Matt Hardy tries to make the save, but he gets super kicked as well, and legendary stand tall at the end of the show for a 69, and overall, that gets us an 86. Okay, so still a really good show, just unfortunate main event. It is what it is. Fun stuff. Yeah, again, I'll go over the full card for WrestleWar here in a second, but, some stuff wasn't, again, Kane O'Hare was only obliquely referred to, and we built that up more last week. Yeah. And it's, the future Yoshitatsu. Not, pretty decent. Yeah. Anyway. I didn't mind it. We reminded people Angle's a killer, put over the big two matches, and yeah. Let's see here. Matt Hardy, okay. I mean, this makes sense for mid-2000s Matt Hardy. I'm actually, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, again, Asia Khan's old, so she should be doing that. Trish. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's unfortunately. Yeah, okay, just some cracked ribs. Yeah, that's unfortunate as far as, like, the match. Okay, Johnny Ace. Johnny? She's a woman. It's fine. Yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot this. Jerry Lynn's contract ran out. Again, he never really got over. And, like, you know, was nothing that important. Let me just double check. Okay, let's see here. Mesias. Oh, okay. I mean, it'll suck for the pay-per-view, but, like, it's not the end of the world. Again, that's not going to be, like, a very long match anyway. So anyway, let's go to our pre-booking just to go over the full card. So, of course, in our main event, we have AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam for the world title. I think this has been decently built up. You know, again, I sort of, like, try to make the world title, at least when it's held by a babyface, a little bit above things. It's, like, not a lot of, like, big angles, and a lot of this is also, like, you know, they're the world champion, so they're going to show to show. So, like, less matches, less angles, more sort of, like, building each other up. Some people don't like it, you know, want more, like, you know, in-ring stuff, but, like, that's one thing that I sort of do think, you know, is right. Then we got, let's see, Chuck Palumbo versus Kurt Angle. Of course, it's been going for the last couple months. You know, pretty simple. You guys know what it is. Monty Brown versus Mesias. Just two of the baddest dogs in the yard going after each other. You know, it'll be fun. We have Canyon versus O'Hare. Of course, the long, you know, O'Hare's a little frustrated after the last few months. Canyon's, of course, you know, honestly, like, one of the weirdest, like one of the most impressive characters. Like, you know, 2006 in real life, he was basically, I don't think he was passed away yet, but he was getting there. But now he's, like, a top guy and pretty secure, you know? We, of course, have our big tag title match. Honestly, this has not been built up that well. I mean, Jet Set got the win. They've been doing some attacks. Booker and Shelton have held the title longer than I originally thought of they were doing. And it's worked so far, you know? And plus, Booker's injured, so this kind of makes sense. We have our U.S. title match of Ray Leppan versus Paul London. Again, you know, pretty typical mid-card title match. We have, let's see here, what else? Oh, let me just actually book in. That's something that I forgot to add. So, Bueller, come on, there we go. I forgot to add this. I thought I booked it. It doesn't really matter. Again, like, if I book, like, 3 matches, it's more than, so yeah, but Jack Evans versus Keenan Sharpe. You know, again, that's been built up the last few weeks. We have the women's title match of Nikita Colt versus all that Alyssa Alexander. Alexander's been winning matches, won the big triple threat match to, you know, earn the title shot. And that's the other match I forgot to add. So, Gail Kim, Alli Danger. That's the other thing, is, of course, these two women used to be partners. Alli Danger turned on her, and there we go. Let's see here. What else are we looking at? We have the women's tag match, face versus face. Probably not going to the best rating, but it'll be a fun little undercard match. And then we have, of course, Billy Kidman and Shane Helms teaming up to take on the Hardy Boys. Can Hardy Boys get a measure of revenge, or Kidman and Helms prove that they are legendary? There's our card. I think that's actually it. Yeah. I mean, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 11 matches. All of them, like, pretty good. You know, pretty good to great. So that'll be a fun show. If we look at our storylines, Against the Darkness is at a 73. Captivation Nitro is at a 79. Misty Maverick's at a 53. Never Noble's at a 70. New Dreams of Gold is at an 82. And we can take Chris Harris and James Storm out of it. Respect Needs to Be Earned is at a 78. Revenge of the Man's at a 97. Quest for Enlightenment's at an 80. Best in the World's at an 80. Challenges Everywhere's at a 73. Expanding Horizons at a 72. Legendary's at a 78. London's is Not a Four Countries at a 77. No Mentor's Deity is at a 70. Throwing Angles at a 91. Walking into Wars at an 89. And Who You Trust is at a 92. And just because I like to do it on screen, Jack Evans, okay. His Show Stealer gimmick, let's see here. Can I tweak it? It cannot be tweaked any further, so okay. Rising Phenom. Honestly, generic and safe. Jack Evans cannot play underdog? Okay. Sure. Whatever. Let's see. Ray Leppan. We can tweak that, and there we go. All right. And now let's look over the rest of the wrestling world. So first, WWE had actually a banger of a SmackDown. We had Spike Dudley defeat Nick Dinsmore, sure. Rikishi defeat John Cena, where John Cena is actually getting better ratings. Veronica Vane defeated Shanuka. Billy Gunn and Val Venus defeated Marty Jannetty and Cody Hawk. I guess one of them turned, and now they're teaming up, which isn't like the worst thing. Jesus, I thought that was, okay, Marty Jannetty is not that good, which should not shock anybody. Steiner, Kane, and Benoit. Three people of varying, defeated Mark Henry and Simone Gangster Party in an 83, sure. Roman Reed defeated Devon Boyd in a 94, okay, sure. And Lesnar and Justice, aka Biss, defeated Undertaker and Gladiator in a 98. I mean, in 2006, these versions of these guys, this would be a fun little match. This would be an awesome, just, kick the shit out of each other brawl. So yeah, that's that. If we go to our Deathbed, Wildside had a big show on Sunday. So Kurt Sanders defeated Lance White by DQ. Rick Michaels and T.J. Perkins defeated Bryan Danielson and Brett Major. Not that bad, not that good. Todd Bullitt defeated Austin Creed, Tony Jones, and Kenzo Suzuki. Variety of almost theirs. Let's see here. Hot Stuff Fernandez, Onyx defeated Morgan, Drago, and our Regen. Interesting stuff. And yeah, that's about all that matters. For our weekly house show, Stallings and Major defeat Perkins and Hoyt. These guys all have a while to go. Riley Durrett, Cross, and Drago defeat Creed, Onyx, and Danielson. Some people are close, some people are not. Jones Suzuki retained the tag titles over Rick Michaels and Matt Morgan. And yeah, that's it. And then if we go to American Wrestling Queens, in beautiful. So for the weekly show, we had Madison Eagles defeat Tracy Taylor. Annette Blanchard, Amazing Kong, and Lee Osaka defeat Carly Chambers, CJ Lane, and Tranisha. Ashley Lane, rather. Yeah, again, Amazing Kong is ready. I just don't have a angle ready for her. Michelle Addison Claire defeat Chia Perez and Ray Secure to retain the tag titles. And yeah. Again, Emmy is going to be basically our quasi trainer along with Lee Osaka down here. Let's see here. If we go to HWA, anything of note? Not really. Yeah. Pause if you care. For OVW, same thing. Weekly Loop. Crumpbaker beat PJ Payne. Ace Sparks beat Miss Natural. John Morrison still down in developmental. The Regens won some matches. But yeah. Oh yeah, John Moxley got hired basically to developmental immediately. He has a while to go. But we might see this might be a weird world where CM Punk is a top guy. By 2008 in game, CM Punk is a tippy top guy. John Cena is an upper mid carder, and Moxley's already a US champ or something. Saturday, again, same stuff. Nothing really of note here. Daphne's here. She's not good. Yeah. Then, if we look at the rest of the wrestling world, news, okay. If we go back to not Starcade, sorry. We go back to Revolution, okay. I showed this, yeah, because Kay played Suwama. So we also had Noah having a big show in front of 16,000 people in Osaka. Let's see here, anything on the mid-card of note? Steve Prano that are in his Mr. Wrestling 3 gimmick, sure. We had Samoa Joe and Takeshi Sakura, aka two complete badasses, take on Moroshima Rico. I mean, this basically was a match where four guys beat the shit out of each other for however long it lasted. Probably a fun match, actually. Featured attraction, which is Kenta and Kikuchi defeat Horace Hogan and Asako, sure. Takayama defeat Shiga. Misawa and Ogwa teamed up to defeat Douglas and Isuda. Douglas is here having a weird late era run, sure. And then we had the big matches. Marvin defeated Marufuji in a match that would be on every tape trader's list in the world at this time. Then we had Akiyama defeat Fujita, Jesus Christ. And then we had the main event, Kawada in his first big match since coming over from All Japan, jobbing to Kobashi as is tradition in a friggin' 99. This would be your match of the year. Honestly, probably. Unless they have a random 100 sometime. Let's see here. Any other big shows? Chick Fight happened. Again, what happens when you have a actual WWE and WCW, and even an Impact with women's division, is you have these people main eventing women's shows in 2006. Not great. Let's see here. Yeah, like women's independent wrestling, we've got Sofia Falquez, Leilani Kai, lots of regens, lots of women who basically never did anything, and we'll see if anything happens with them. Oh, right. CML had a big show. I forget this is their big show. Actually, let me just double check that on screen here. CML. Let's see here. Events and TV. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, their big show's in September. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. Anyway, let's find that again. CMLL, where are you? Where are you guys? I just saw you. I'm not going to be dumb. There you are. Okay, so yeah, they had a very big show. We had Lizmark, Heavy Metal, and Helio del Fantasma defeat Negro Casas, Mr. Doblades, and Apollo Dantes in 87. We had Oscar Ray Jr., which is, I think, no, it is not Mystico. No, okay, I thought it was maybe. Defeat Atlantis, Loki, and Dr. X. Okay. Atlantis, Loki, Dr. X. We had the Afternoon Express defeat Team Maestro in a 75. So yeah, these guys. We had Dr. Wagner Jr. and Los Vipers defeat Black Wagner Jr., Hito del Cerro, and Rebelde in an 89. Jesus Christ, this was a great match. Then we had Timeless Jr. defeat Blue Panther in a 77. We had Octagon defeat Latin Lover in a 91. And in your main event, Shocker defeated Mystico. So yeah, fun stuff for CML, even though losing money. Dragon Gate had a big show. Let's see here, anything of note. Takagi Unlimited of Hakori and Tiger Emperor defeated Raya City and Sema in a 79. Battle Rage Stalker Irokawa. And the main event, Breakout defeated Suzumu Mazuki and Kiichiro Arai in a cage match for the Open the Twin Gate titles. And yeah, nothing really of note here. Dragon Gate is not really running like they did in real life. Iron had a big show. Kazarian versus Modest main evented things. Got Lost Super Dragon versus West Side Players. Brent Albert defeated Bison Smith. Again, proto sort of mix of APW and PWG. ROH had a big show. Alex Shelley won the ROH World Title in a 59. Dixie and Tranessa defeated Amazing Redneck and Valentine. Mike Crackenbush defeated John Walters. So yeah, it's interesting because they haven't turned over totally to just a complete trash roster, which is interesting. GSW had a big show. Petey Williams main evented. Some guy named El Generico and Radiated Pure are also on the show. I'm sure they'll never do anything of note. Impact happened. You already saw that. And yeah, that's about it. So again, up next is our pay-per-view, WrestleWar. That'll be the Road to Slamboree, which is a, both companies branded show. So, some people will probably be off that. But yeah, that's it. Again, I'm still getting back in the swing of things. So, still going to be just weekly for now. Honestly, probably will be that for a little while, unless I get really motivated or have a lot more time. But that's it for now. So if you've enjoyed this, go and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking, or just like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just the stuff for now. I might start out my other series again at some point, but maybe not. It's weird. It's now 2024, so my ROH save is now behind. And of course, my other random stuff is still there. But anyway, that's for now. Talk later, and adios. Have a good one.